when you know you don't know something, that's when it's time for you to put the work in.
Right.
Because that's one thing. I think a lot of times people, they use the excuse, but I just don't know. Okay, now that you're aware that you don't know, now what are you going to do?
Right. What do you need improvement in?
Just want to go through and win.
What is the purpose of overthinking? You're taking care of your loved one. That's how you can increase your sales.
Hello, everybody. This is Ferris.
And this is Caleb Lenoir, and welcome to another episode of Conversations with the Homecare Guyz.
Oh, man. Caleb, today we have something dynamic that's going to go through and impact so many people, guys. Did you know that you have a license to say, I don't know?
Ooh.
That's a license that I carry a lot in my pocket. I use it often as well, because a lot of times, even if you're the smartest person in the world, guess what? You still don't know everything.
That's true.
All right. So, Caleb, before we jump into this, man, how has your week been coming along, man?
My week has been amazing. You know, Ferris, we got down here at the office super early today. We met with a lot of contractors. I'm super excited about what we're getting ready to do for our team here in Millersville.
Yes.
We're forming this school into a regional office, and it looks absolutely amazing. So we're doing construction from the rooter to the tootie. It looks amazing, from paint to new sheetrock to new flooring. I'm just excited about where we're getting ready to take Prime Care Home Care Services.
Bruh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah, we got a lot of things going on.
So how's your week? How's your week going?
We've been coming along well, man. So I finally got on a really good regimen with a personal trainer. Shout out to my personal trainer, JC. Amazing. Guys, if you're in the Atlanta, Metro, Smyrna, Marietta, Kennesaw area, you got to check them out. But man, yesterday I had a workout that kicked my butt, bruh.
Talk about it. Let's see what you're talking about. Talk about it.
Literally, I'm trying to build my stamina up. And like, so he runs a really good, he's very good, knows what he's doing. And I just could not, I just was giving out. I was getting so weak. I know I don't eat right. So I'm trying to get my diet right. I'm trying to get my water intake right. But I was literally like, I was hoping he would give up on me, like, man, okay, that's enough for today. He was like, nah, just sit right there and rest, eat your banana for a second, then we're going to jump back into it. And so, man, I literally, when I got finished with my 45-minute workout, I sat in my truck. I called my wife just to let her know where I was. I said, hey, babe, just FYI, I'm sitting in my truck. So if anything ever happened to me, I'm right here in my truck. I literally thought I was about to just pass out.
Wow.
I didn't have the energy to go to Smoothie King to get a smoothie or nothing.
Oh, wow. That means he's working out. Now you see how probably Mel feels, especially when she was working out.
Yeah.
Mel looks great. Yeah. Mel looks great. And
so this one now I'm learning, and I'm learning to pace myself. So I'm learning if I want even better results, I got to go and put the work in. And so now I asked myself, what can I do other than the 2 days a week that I work out with you? So it gave me some ideas to go through and do it. So I'm gonna start my running back again. I'm gonna start back in my gym again.
Right.
Because I really want to do a total transformation.
So does he give you exercises for you to like to do off those days off?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
so
good.
he gave me a plan to go through and work on that because what the 2 days I go, it's very intense, and my body has to recover after those 2 days.
Right.
And I try not to put them back and forth, back to back. And so, but it's really good. I would definitely recommend, if you have not actually started a weight loss journey, not weight loss journey, a healthy journey, because it's not about weight loss. I need to gain weight.
It's about being physically fit.
Because it's one thing to have mental toughness, and it's another thing to have mental and physical toughness as well. So that's what I'm going on. So hopefully you guys see me grow a little bit bigger. And what's this episode number, like 70 something? Maybe in episode 100 or something.
Man, you gonna have them guns, bro. You gonna have them guns
side by side. Okay, this is how I am now. And we'll do one at like episode 125 or something.
I want to do it too. But let's dive into our conversation about the license to say I don't know. I think that has been one of the things that I have dealt with, especially being in business. Starting off there, is like I realized generally I had I guess a personality of like I knew it all. Okay, starting the business, I didn't know a lot, but I was like pretty much 21 years old, pretty much hiring older individuals or seasoned individuals, and so I had to have that appearance of I knew everything. I knew how to run a business. I knew how to do that. But I think one of my downfalls was I really didn't know a lot, but I had that personality, and I realized that with that personality, if people think that you know it, they're not really going to help you out because you already think you know it.
Exactly.
And so I think that crippled me in a way, because and that has taken on a lot of my personality of me, like, well, let me do it. Let me handle it. I'll figure it out. I know it all. But, as an entrepreneur, I think that's one of the biggest traits that you need to really humble yourselves and say, you know what? I don't know everything.
Exactly. Caleb, I heard someone say once where what you know, and what you don't know is really good to be aware that you don't know it, because now you're not tripping up over the same things over and over. Because I think so many times, whatever leadership position you're in, whether entrepreneur, manager, director, leading your family, we like to go through and lead in confidence. We like to go through and lead that we know. Like if daddy says something, he knows what he's talking about. Realize that parents don't know everything. Leaders don't. Everyone knows everything. But I think when it makes me feel some type of way when I don't have the answer. And I think a lot of times I find it in myself. That's why I talk really fast, because I like in that still silent moment, if I'm like, oh my gosh, it makes me feel like I don't know what I'm talking about. So let me just keep the conversation going. Let me go through and know, because I got to come with an answer. But in all actuality, you don't know everything. I don't know everything. So sometimes it may be have to, let me table this, let me find out some information, or let me go through and ask someone else who can help me out in this situation, or let me find a mentor, let me go through and talk to someone who can go through and help guide me on this, because I just don't know it. And I think having a license to say I don't know is empowering. It's really empowering, because again, now the pressure is not on you to know it all.
Well, I was just about to ask you a question about how does the not knowing make you feel? And you said for you it's kind of empowering. Yeah. For me, it made me feel like a failure. Like it made me feel like, okay, well, I'm not smart. I don't know it. There's some things that I should have known that I don't know. And so even though that you don't know it, but when a question comes, or when something comes to me that I think I should know, it makes me feel as if like, okay, well, I should know that. I should know that. And so it makes me feel like, well, that's another strike against me, because I don't know what I should know, especially being in business for 15 years. And no matter you're in business for 15 years, 100 years, you're still not going to know everything.
You're not going to know. And this is just not even business, because this is life as well. I think a lot of times we look at parents and saying, okay, well, they should know this. They should know better.
Oh, yeah.
We look at people that's in leadership position. Oh, well, why don't they know better? They should do this. They should know better. But we society likes to hold people to standards that they feel like are their standards, and realizing that just because you know some things that I don't know, and vice versa, and I can't hold you to the same standard of my knowledge base, and you can't hold me to the same standard as your knowledge base. You can expose me and help bring me up, right? But the standard is like, if you're engineering inclined, and you know physics and everything, and I'm like, Caleb, I don't know what you're talking about, and you're just talking about physics. And I'm like, no matter how much you talk about it, still don't mean I know it. I just don't know it, and it's okay. But also having a person that says, okay, because you don't know it, I'm going to help guide you along the way, and I think that's empowering for me as well.
Right. I think that once you know you don't know it, it's pretty much like the next question is, what are you doing to make sure you know it? You know, whether you're hiring the right staff or the right teammate, or rather doing the research, going in the books, reading the books, doing problems, problem solving, getting better, and trying to make that your priority and your focus every day to get better. Leadership affairs was something that I really did not really kind of excel at. I think that you excel at that very, very well. You pretty much kind of, you have a way with people. You have a way with communicating with people, that they will follow you. You are a servant leader. And so with me, that's something that I didn't know, especially in business, starting off in business. And I think that that's something that I'm gradually trying to learn each day and try to get better. And so I think that when you realize that you don't excel at something, or you don't know something, it's okay to invest in yourself to make sure that you get better at it.
And Kayla, I think that is so important. When you don't know something, that's when it's time for you to put the work in.
Right.
Because that's one thing. I think a lot of times people, they use the excuse, but I just don't know. Okay, now that you're aware that you don't know, now what are you going to do?
Right.
Okay, since I'm aware that I don't know something, now I need to do a research. Now I need to go through and start putting some hours in to learn something. Maybe I need to start asking questions or getting around people that know what I desire to know, instead of just holding on to the I don't know. Because yes, we have a license to say I don't know, but the other license is, now what are you going to do about it? Right. Because we can go around this same rat race, this same circle to say I don't know, and after a while that gets old. Right. Especially if you aspire to grow personally and professionally, you have to go through and use that license to show transparency, to say, okay, yeah, I don't know that, but follow up with the but, hey, I'm willing to go through and learn. Right. Or but I'm willing to go through and go to Google or YouTube or whatever to go through and find out more information about it as well.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a situation, whether it's like personal or or professional, where you ask someone something in detail and they say, okay, I get it, I know what you're talking about, and then come back later, maybe a few days later, they got it all mixed up?
That recently happened. It was kind of funny. I was telling my coach about this. I recently gave an assignment to someone to go through and actually do a project, and I thought I was crystal clear. And the person said that, okay, I got it. I understand it. But in all actuality, after looking in retrospect, I realized that the person on the deliverable, it was not even what I asked for. It was not what I asked for. And instead of that person saying, okay, I didn't understand, or I didn't know what you're talking about, they delivered, which they did a great job in what they were doing. But I realized it was on me to go through and realize that, okay, I wasn't clear in my communication. I should have not only followed with verb, I should have had a written instruction to go through and bring clarity, because now the I don't know could have been answered. Okay, well, if you don't know, let me go through and show you instructions on how to go through and do certain things. So when someone says I don't know, I first go back to myself and say, okay, well, let me make sure I'm clarifying my questions, to go through and make sure I'm clear. And then I would expect for that person to go through and say, you know what, hey, I really don't know, but hey, teach me how, or show me how, or give me some guidance on it.
Well, you know, I also think that especially when it comes down to that being transparent and say I don't know, I think that goes back to the leaders, because if your leadership is I know it all, then you ask someone to say, can you do this task for me or this project? And they say, well, okay, I got it. I understand it. It goes back to leadership, because really your followers reflect your leaders.
Yes.
And so I think that the more transparent the leader is, the more transparent the CEO or your boss or your leadership team is, the more transparent your team members are going to be, because they're going to be like, you know what? Well, I really didn't get that. Can you break that down a little bit more?
I like that.
Or could you elaborate on how specific you want this project, or how specific you want this request of proposal, and so I can really kind of meet your expectations. And so I think that the more transparent we are as a leader, the more transparent our team members will be.
So from what I'm hearing you saying is, so a leader does not have to be perfect. They have to go through and show those vulnerable points that, you know what, hey, I don't know it all.
Right.
And we're going to figure this out. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking more so for excellence. I'm looking for us to excel and move forward, not just for the perfect. I'm not looking for you to go through and deliver everything perfect, but we're going to grow together. And I think that's one thing that as leaders, we have to really go through and continue to keep that in our mind, is like, we're not looking for the perfect soldiers. We're looking for people that operate in excellence in all that they do. And operating in excellence is different from perfection. Perfection is I'm gonna have everything right all the time. Excellence is a pursuit. I'm going after excellence. I'm going after my very best. And even though I don't know, I'm still gonna go through and push forward. I'm gonna go through and give it my very best.
Are you unable to work a public job because you're taking care of a loved one in your home? There's a possibility that I can help. Since 2019, Prime Care Home Care has been part of the Structured Family Caregiving Program, and that is where you get paid a weekly stipend to take care of your loved one at home. There are some qualifications, and I will be glad to go over those with you. But first, you got to call. My number is 478-279-9838. Once again, that number is 478-279-9838. My name is Tara Griner, and I would love to help you.
Right. And ultimately, Ferris, there is a benefit for not knowing it all. And there's a benefit of admitting, like, okay, well, I need help in this area, or I'm not knowledgeable of what the assignment is. There's a benefit of it, because if you wait weeks, say if there's a major project that's due in 30 days, and if you wait weeks and weeks and pretty much the last day the project is due and you're presenting and it's all wrong, you could have been a little bit more transparent and let us know, like, you really didn't know what you were talking about, or you didn't know that this was the way of this is what the direction of the project that you needed it to go in, or the person needed to go in. And so there's a benefit of that. And I would just encourage all of our followers today and our listeners is to make sure that, we don't have that personality of a know-it-all personality. Yeah. That know-it-all personality can cripple your team, can cause your team to say, well, you're going to be the one that does it, not give valuable or creative ideas or input. And so I want to step away. That's going to be my commitment going into the future of my life, is to remove that I know it all personality. I could do it myself, because I don't know it all. I can't do it myself, and I need a team.
Caleb, when you said that, I know I've encountered, you've probably encountered as well, people that came on board and they want to go through and show their best foot forward, and they're like, oh, I know it. I know. Okay, I know it. And then That right
Be
there.
like, talk slow, hold on for a second, listen to what I'm saying.
Exactly. They deliver before you even ask the question.
Right.
And I think that type of person right there, like I've been in those shoes where I wanted to go to improve myself.
Right.
And I think it's something subconsciously where I want to show that I understand, I know this, I'm going to show my skill sets. But that's the prime opportunity to go through and say, well, ask those clarifying questions. Like, I don't know, or give me some more guidance on this, or let me learn another way, because you may be trying to do things one way and I may be experiencing doing it another way. But hey, the way you're talking about, I don't know, but I'm willing to learn. And if you say that, that's more empowering than just saying, like, you know what, hey, I know it, let me go through and do it, this. That is so important, and especially for teammates to realize that if you want to show true strength, go through and actually be very vulnerable. Be vulnerable enough to say, you know what, hey, I don't know this, but I'm willing to learn. Well, I don't know this, but I'm willing to follow. I'm willing to go through and actually give it my best if you're willing to give me an opportunity. I think that's where power comes in as well.
Well, I think we need to end it right there, Ferris. I think that's a great episode of just realizing that, you know what, it's a power and I don't know. And it's okay. It's okay to be in that space. And I would just encourage our listeners, especially young entrepreneurs that are watching here, you know, to create that mindset of a student mindset. You know, be a learner, be a listener, be a student, always learning, and be in a position where you don't know everything, but you can accept information, you can accept resources, and you can accept valuable information from others, whether it's mentors, whether it's your colleagues, whether it's your teammates. And so I would just encourage that. And I want you to remember to definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is the Homecare Guyz, Conversations with the Homecare Guyz with the Z, and as well as go on Spotify and leave us a 5-star review. We want to be up in those algorithms of people hearing our content. And so what we need from you is a 5-star review and a great comment about how you enjoying these podcasts in this episode.
Exactly. And I want y'all to remember that, hey, new podcast episodes drop every Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we got some dynamic interviews that are coming out really, really soon. Again, make sure you go through and tune in each week. And we really appreciate all the support, all the love shown, all the hearts. If you haven't given a heart right now, a thumbs up, go ahead and do it right now. And we look forward to see you guys next week.
Take care.